Hey, what's up guys? This is Alex from SipNoTech, and today we are unboxing the Nexus 5X, the Google Nexus 5X, and a case from Google, the official Google case. I really like this case. I purchased it right when I bought this, and the reason I have this device is because I purchased it for $280. It was recently as low as $280 for a brand new Nexus 5X, and it's only been out for a few months, so when it was first released, I really wanted to purchase the 5X. I thought this would be the perfect successor to my Moto X 2014. It has a fingerprint scanner. It's relatively the same size. Build quality isn't as great, but I was like, hey, perfect device. But, you know, once it was announced and I took a look at the specs and read some stuff about it and talked to other people about it, I was a little put off by LG's attempt at this. 16 gigabytes starting. And it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it runs pure stock Android, which is a positive and has quick updates. So I was at war with myself whether I should purchase this or not. And Nexus 6P also didn't help because for $50 more, you can get a 32 gigabyte version of the Nexus 6P. So superior build quality, better storage options, and I decided not to get the Nexus 6S and actually got the Sony Z5 Compact instead. But for a sub $300 price point, $280 is the Nexus 5X worth it. I'm going to make a video very soon about that, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to see my thoughts. But let's get to the unboxing and check what's inside. I'm sure you've seen some unboxing videos by now. If you haven't, then I'm glad I'm your first. We have a little sleeve here. It's a Nexus design. It's kind of cool. Shows the device. I have the black version here. We have the classic Nexus X on here. It's a clear white box. Let's slice this baby open. There we go. Get that piece of tape on. Get this piece of tape gone. So I purchased this on eBay from a seller named BuyDig. I also purchased my LG G4 there last year, and they sell phones for a really cheap price after a few months. So the Nexus 5X could be had for sub $300, which is great. It adds to an already crowded field of potential options for people who like buying cheap phones. So once we have the box open, it seems like we have some quick instructions from Google and LG. Showcases the phone features. We have the SIM card ejector, then put the micro SIM, nano SIM in here. Fingerprint scanner says they have NFC here. Pretty simple stuff. Now, the Nexus 5X also features a USB-C port. So this is actually a USB-C charger. Let's get that out there and check this out. So that's cool. This is my first USB Type-C phone. So 2 universal USB Type-C ports. And this has a specific charge on here that isn't the Qualcomm quick charge, but it's a certain type of quick charge where it does, Google calls it fast charging. So this is a fast charging brick by LG. And then here we go. This is the phone. It's actually quite simple packaging. We literally just have the phone and the chargers and the charging cable. So we pull this up. It says we have 90 days of Google Play Music. I'm not going to use that crap. And SIM ejector. Some paperwork from Google. We don't need to take a look at that. But yeah, here is the phone. This is the Nexus 5X. Gonna peel this off. Pull this flap here. And there we go. Here is the Nexus 5X. There's a fingerprint scanner here with the Nexus logo. This is a soft plastic. It's actually a little heavier than I thought it would be. A lot of people have said this is shockingly light, but for some reason I thought it was much lighter than what I expected. And so holding this for the first time, it's actually not as light as I anticipated it to be. Maybe people talked it up a little more. Lolita has the Nexus 6P, which is a full aluminum body, and it's much heavier than this. So this is actually a pretty solid weight. It's lighter than the Moto X 2014, that is one of my favorite form factors of all time. But holding this in person, I actually like this a lot more. It looks a lot better in person than on camera, or in pictures and photos, especially this little camera hump here. This actually looks pretty nice. I'm actually pretty happy with the look and feel of this right now, even though it's all plastic. And you know, we live in an age where people love really, really nice hardware, and this is definitely not the greatest hardware. It's plastic. Look, my fingerprints are already all on the mat, and you know, that's what the case is for. But for $280, can't really complain. This is a pretty good looking phone for $280, in my opinion, at least. I like the speaker grills here too. It's very simple, but not bad. So we have the volume rockers beneath the power button, followed by headphone jack and USB-C on the very bottom. Nothing on this side except for the SIM card slot, and nothing at the very top. On the very back, we have a camera. We will go into the specs during the actual review that I will post relatively soon. And we have a fingerprint scanner. And at the front, we have the two speaker grills. Only one of them is actually working, so it's not a dual speaker. It's not a stereo speaker, sorry. And we have a front-facing camera there, too. From everything I've read, the Nexus 5X actually has the same sensors as the Nexus 6P, so that's a good sign. I'm excited to test out that camera. Finally, let's pop this Google case open. So all you have to do is just pop it open. It's not really even sealed much. I got this from Google relatively quickly. And yeah, this is the gray casing. They didn't have any of the mint ones left. I love the mint color, but I thought this would be okay with the black. I didn't want to go straight black on black. So let's pop this in and take a look at how it looks like. Let's do it like that. There we go. So then we have the phone completely in this. I like the feel of this. This is like a little soft kind of cloth with these Cube logos on the back with the Nexus sign, and then the fingerprint scanner is perfectly embedded right there. The cutouts are pretty good. It feels pretty good in your hand. It doesn't add too much thickness to it, too. And the ports are perfectly exposed. It's still relatively slim. Now, for size comparisons, this is the Sony Z5 Compact, the international version. This is a 4.6-inch phone. So you can tell that it's significantly smaller than the Nexus 5X. So the Nexus 5X has a little more height to it and a little more width to it. But thickness, slightly similar with this big battery here. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. I like the feel of it. First impression so far, it's better than I expected. I heard a lot about the plastic build and how it's really light and kind of flimsy like a toy. But holding it in my hand, I think people have underrated this phone, in fact, for the build quality that I've heard of or seen so far. So we'll take a look at this in depth and see how it is. So be sure to subscribe, and thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.